Y'all ready? Those of you who say I do not give measurements, if you have skipped through, not my fault. First thing I'm going to do is give you the measurements for all the pieces for this apron. So for the actual apron piece, I have cut a piece of muslin for the back just because that's what I wanted to use. I didn't want to use any of my good fabric, and I only had enough, just enough of this coffee fabric to do the apron and make the pocket on it. So (24.5 inches across. The length of it is about 19 inches wide, the width I meant, sorry about that. And then I have a pocket piece here, which I'm not going to line the pocket because I'm going to have a lining on the back. So the length is the same, you know, across here is going to be the same as the apron, which is about 24.5 inches. And then the width, or the height of the pocket, is 11.5 inches. And then I have two strap pieces or ties for the side. And I know these kind of seem really mismatched, but that's okay. They're not really. They're brown. They're coffee colored. So these are cut on the fold. This is a folded end, so you see you've got one long continuous piece. So I cut two of these, and they are 3.5 inches wide by, I know the length, by 44 inches long. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set this piece of muslin and the straps aside, and I'm also going to set the apron piece aside because I forgot I got to make a fold over a hem, there you go, couldn't think of it, for the pocket. So and now what I'm going to do is just take it to the machine, and I'm going to top stitch a couple of lines to hold down that fold that we pressed down. So you can see I've just sewn a couple of lines, and I do a couple because it looks neater and it's going to hold that down better too. So the next thing we need to do is get out our apron piece, and we're going to lay the pocket across the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to pin the sides here on each end, like pin down here and pin over here, and then I'm going to mark where I want my pockets. I want Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just with a large zigzag stitch, I'm going to go all the way around this pocket just to keep it in place. Step is, we've got the pocket sewn on, and we're going to take the piece of muslin and we're going to lay it with right sides facing together. Okay, so now you see I've got the back pinned to the front with right sides facing together. Now I'm just going to sew around the three sides. I'm going to do the two sides in the bottom where the pocket is, and I'm going to leave the top open for turning. So once you've sewn the back to the front and you've turned it and you've pressed it, the next thing you want to do is a top stitch right along the edge of all three of these sides, and then close this opening up with a zigzag stitch. Okay, so you've got your apron bottom prepared. Bottom, it's a half apron, so it is a bottom apron. And you've got your straps prepared. The next thing you want to do This is just kind of a different way I thought of doing it, because I think it makes it so much easier, and since this apron does not have like a ruffle in it or a gathering, this part is going to be pretty easy to do. So at the end of the top part of your apron, you want to take the open end of your tie. I keep wanting to call it strap, and if you did like I did, you did a fold over and sew and turn, you'll have one side that has a stitch on it. You want that to be actually at the top for this part, because it's going to wind up being at the bottom. I fit about 1.5 inches into this. This is the side of the apron here, and this is the strap. So what I'm going to do is go in and just make a box. And we've discussed doing a box before, but if you don't know, it'll be up here somewhere on the screen. I'll do a little diagram of a box for you. The ties, I'm finally getting that word right, sewn to both ends with the box. And you don't have to be super neat with this box, because it's not going to show on the front side of the apron, but if you're going to sell it or gift it, you do want to try to be a little neat about it. So then our last step is we're going to fold this top over, and it's kind of going to, you know, the width of the top band is going to match the width of the tie. So what I'm going to do is fold this over. I'm just going to pin it to keep that part in place, and then I'm going to come down here to the other side and fold this one over. And I'm going to pin it to keep it in place, and then I'm going to press the top so that it's nice and neat, because what we're going to do is we're going to stitch along the top, and then we're going to stitch along the bottom here just to keep it in place, and it kind of creates that faux band that's not really there. But that's another reason for the box stitching. You want that tie to definitely not come off while the person's wearing it, and with tying over and over again, it's going to pull on it and it's going to wear. Alrighty, so here we go, y'all. This is our little barista apron, or our little server apron with pockets. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. Peace, y'all. Bye-bye.